And we're live. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. I did. It was kind of relaxing. It rained a lot, like pockets of rain. We needed it though, because I don't know about you guys in other states, but the pollen here is so bad. And I'm allergic to basically everything outside. So it's been interesting. But I hope you all are having a great Sunday, getting ready for the week ahead. For some, like I know spring break is different, mostly in March, but different weeks of the month. But happy March. I meant to look up when hours our spring break's scheduled for, but hope everyone's having a great day. Hello. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. Hi, Time Machine. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate your support. Hi, David. Local neighbor. Good to see you. Hello, G23. Thanks for being here. Hello. Keith Gregory. Good to see you. Good to see you. Like, I don't know, like now that the football is over, what are people getting into on the Sunday? What are y'all doing? How are you keeping yourselves busy on the weekend? I know there's other sports. I've lost track of that. I used to watch a lot of sports when I was younger, but then I fell off because of life. I had more interesting things to do. And I never really got back to it, but I do miss those days. I mean, I go way back. I go back to Dan Marley and Chris Leitner and Duke, and then those guys rolling into professional. So that's probably when I last stopped watching basketball. Yeah. Surprisingly, we have a great hockey team here, ice hockey team here at the Lightning, but I've never been to a game. Have I ever been to a game? It must not have been memorable. I don't remember it, but it's weird that we have an ice hockey team and they play very well in Florida. But yeah, what's going on these days? I don't even know. What are y'all getting into? Tell me something interesting. Hi, Kenny Loves Guns. Good to see you. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. D. Ronnie. Am I saying that right? D. Ronnie. Good to see you. You are a new name. Where do you hail from? How did you find me? Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. We're going to get into, I've done a video about this before, but it was a long time ago when I only had like that many subscribers. So I thought it'd be really good to kind of talk about concealed carry, especially since last July, Florida specifically, we went permitless. And so that was a big deal, of course. So we're going to talk about that today, why you might obtain your concealed carry permit. Maybe you have one. Maybe you're considering it. Maybe you're like, heck no, I don't need it. I don't want it. My state doesn't require me to have it, so I'm not going to get it. But let's kind of get into it. I would love your 2 cents on this topic as I kind of get rolling. But first, I must make sure I say hello to everyone and make sure that I thank everyone for supporting the channel, especially the sponsors that help me bring content and information and firearms to the channel. The first is Cross Armory. Last week, if you were here, if you missed it, we may do another one in the future. But we did a giveaway of a 5-piece upgrade kit, Cross Armory kit, and the winner was Two-Way Monte, and he has a Glock 19 Gen 5, I believe. So we're sending. Cross is sending something to him and hope that he'll come back and share his thoughts on that. I love the Cross products. I actually reached out to them to establish a relationship because I was already using their products. I only like to bring things to you that I'm using There's no sense in me like recommending something and I've never used before. And then if it stinks, you know, my credibility is like, why'd you suggest that? It's bad. Or something really cool, you know, I do this full disclosure, like, I don't know much about this, or this is just like a novelty type thing, but at least I disclose it to you. So yes, congratulations to that winner. We'll have more of those types of giveaways at random times. You know, I know you come here to hang out with me, but every so often I do like to give back. So I appreciate everyone for participating in the giveaway, and big thank you to Cross Armory. I think that's like the third giveaway that they've sponsored. And then also to D-Wipes, the maker of D-Wipes and D-Lead cleaning products. They are also a product sponsor. I will be doing more giveaways of their little individual packets of their hand wipes when you go to the range. If you don't have access to the pink soap, right? The pink soap to properly clean your hands. Okay, dial and other stuff is not a lead decontaminant product. So I'm happy to have that relationship with this company, because, you know, we have to make sure we're keeping ourselves safe. We think that we are, and then, you know, realize, oh, I wasn't doing the right thing. The little wipies that you get are not enough. So especially if you're eating at the range, it's a long day. Like, I want to get my money's worth. I'm going to be there as long as I can. And like the outdoor range, you can be there, at least for mine. I could be there all day if I want to. So I'm going to get hungry. But so having those kind of wipes are good, because I'm not eating my sandwich with wipes that didn't clean my hands properly. And then, you know, I'm ingesting that. So I do have those on my Amazon shop. You can check those out. You're probably already using it. If you are not, this is what I'm here for, to share. Sharing is caring. But I appreciate everyone being here. Please do hit the like button as you come in. I forgot to mention that last week. But I know you all did. Thank you. And then the Cross Armory, you do get 10% off when you use She Fires. I forgot to mention that when you purchase from them. And let's see, I just dropped a video like 45 minutes ago. It's just a little short of my AREX. I have an AREX Delta M 9mm. I actually picked up at the gun show. It was a good deal. I know people are talking like the gun shows, they rip you off and it's really high price, but I feel in my research that I got a great deal on that. So I have a video out on that with the Cross Armory. Cross Armory does make optics. And if you see that video, tell me what you think of my target. Just tell me what you think. I'm an iron sight kind of gal too. I learned through iron sights. I actually prefer it. And having optic, it is a learning curve, learning with them. But I always like to have build a foundation, and having the optic, that's just extra, right? It's just bonus, especially as our eyes weaken. You want to get to the target right away. This one's a red dot, but they also have green dot as well. Do they have green dot? I gotta check that out. But as your eyes weaken, you want to consider an optic if you're an iron sights gal like me, just to make sure that your skills don't lax, because you can't see. I'll say hello to folks, and let me go over there and do that right now. Appreciate everyone's support. Today we're talking about, if you're just popping in, why you might obtain a concealed carry permit, even if your state does not require it. Other states might. If you'd like to travel, you like to take your firearm with you. So we'll kind of get into it. I'm actually going to show I think USCCA does a great job of their map, their reciprocity map, and then high points of the gun laws in each state. But it's still up to us to do our due diligence to dig deeper and make sure for our personal selves and our personal well-being that we won't end up, you know, in the clinker, that we're investigating for ourselves and where we're traveling to and where we're traveling through, right? So we'll kind of touch on those things, and I'll show, we'll pick a couple states and see the summary of the laws that they have in place. Let me say hello. Appreciate you all for being here. Thanks for hitting the like button. I see that lone wolf over there on Facebook. Thank you. I appreciate you. I do stream on Facebook also. But yes, trying to grow that community over there. Ghana, awesome. Yay. I love to see it. I love to see it. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Something prior. Yes, we're going to get into that. Absolutely. I'd like to go. I'm not gonna spill my beans too early. We're gonna get into it. I'm just gonna say hello to folks for now. Hi, Virginia Bushcrafter. Good to see you. Welcome in. I'm trying to get my life in order. Okay, I've got it. Hopefully the lighting's better. Every week is different. It's just what it is. But now I have a monitor here, which will help me hopefully stay more organized. Did I miss Six Bows? Hello, Six Bows. If I missed you, good to see you. Thank you, Wiseye Tactical, for tagging folks, so I'll make sure I don't miss anyone. Good to see you as well. Appreciate you. Bernie, thank you. How are you? Thanks for leaving comments on my last video. Oh, I got to talk about that too. Yes. So if you missed it, we went to the gun range, and I took my youngest, just shy of 16, to the gun range. She has shot before many, many years ago, but kind of in a wild bill kind of thing. You know, it was not organized. But I think she was like 7 or so. And I wish I remembered what she shot, but she shot like a couple pistols and a couple long rifles of some kind, long guns of some kind. I don't even know what it is. So I know she didn't have a fear of it, but I've been working with her and talking with her. Every time I purchase a firearm, I show it to her and we talk about it. And she's used my Mantis before, and she enjoyed that, like practicing on the wall, you know, and identifying where her weaknesses or opportunities to improve might be. So I knew she wasn't afraid of it, just because I wanted to make sure she was completely comfortable, because I'm going to be me. So I want to make sure that as I bring in firearms and I carry it with me, that she feels comfortable with that. And with, anyone who comes here, that's just what it's going to be. And so I was very happy that we went to the gun range, the indoor gun range. I'm now going to take her to outdoor because she shot so well. It was not planned. I know I got a couple comments on my videos. She shot my Glock 19, Gen 5. So her little hands, she held it the way she's supposed to, webbing, all that stuff. And it was not planned that she was going to shoot, really. I kind of left it up to her. So I didn't bring my Taurus TX22. That's a firearm that I usually bring for new shooters. And so I didn't bring it. Next time I will. And now that I know that she's interested in it, we'll practice more with it. But she shot really, really well. She shot with center mass. I think one was on the line, but everything else was where it was supposed to be. It's like, dang, okay. She does listen to me. I was thinking she does listen. Well, she has selective hearing, but on something like that, she does, pay attention, and she enjoyed it too. And so we'll work on things that we identified, but it gave her confidence. It gave her comfort. She had fun with it. And it wasn't, oh, I don't want to shoot that ever again. That was scary. It was the complete opposite. And that's what we want. I'm going to use her feedback as, incorporate that into the training with the training company that we have, because she's the epitome of that true avatar of a new student. So I'm very happy about that. But the Taurus TX22 is the way. It's just great, even if you move on to the 9mm, but the recoil, all those things, you want people to feel comfortable and want to come back. Anyway, yes. Thank you. You see, I'm behind now. I don't know what you're saying. Was it to me? Thanks for being here, Toby Stan. Appreciate you. Didn't say give you a proper hello. Script writer, hello. Hello. Good to see you. Yeah, I meant to say something else too about that with her shooting. Dang it, I forgot. It'll come back to me. Yeah, she shot with an optic too. And you know how challenging going from the iron to the optic can be. So yeah, we're gonna get back out there for sure. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Virginia Bushcrafter. Yes, and you know I wanted to post that because it is International Women's Day. I'm not sure if it's a whole month. International Women's Day coming up. So I said, you know, further promote women being responsible gun owners and training and practicing and being a partner to someone, not just someone that you have to watch. You know, I forgot what the proper term is, but when you want a partner that can also defend themselves, so you're not having to defend yourself and your partner. Now you want to have someone who, if there were so X number assailants, that you all can cover. You know, you can cover your bases. That's the way I think. That's the way I think. Because if I'm the one, I want a partner. I want that guy to know how to shoot. Like, don't completely rely on me. So I could see as a guy that mentality. I would want my partner to know, and it's not some few men like, no, I got this. I'm the man. I can take care of us, but I don't know if that's the proper way to think, in my humble opinion. What was I going to say? Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, John, if you're listening. I appreciate you coming in. If y'all joined, we had some video technical issues, but the audio was still great. So we talked the week before last with John Riley of Gentle Response, and we talked through de-escalation techniques for gun owners and things that we can do to help mitigate anything bubbling up in any kind of confrontation or situation. So thank you for everyone who did join in and bared with us through that live. If you listen to it audio only, I hope that you got something great out of it or could share it with someone. But thank you, John, for spending time with us that evening. I felt bad after last week for not mentioning that, so I had to make sure I got that on the list here. Okay, so we're going to talk today. Yes, we're talking today. She sure did. Got to know how to load your own magazines, and not with the assist, like with your fingers, right? That's the way. We are talking about concealed carry license permit, should you have it, what things to consider if you decide I don't need it, I don't want it. You know, it's all a personal opinion, okay? Again, just sharing information, why it might be something to consider, but ultimately the decision's yours, right? You live in a state where it doesn't require it. But I like it, and every state's different. I'm going to bring up the USCCA reciprocity map, and we're going to kind of look at that. If you all are familiar with that map, that one specifically, I think CCW, some of the other ones have similar maps, but this seems like really comprehensive. We can go through some of the laws and policies, restrictions that certain places have. It's very, very insightful if you've not had a chance to kind of go through that before. You may be very familiar with your own state, but if you're, moving about in other states, knowing those laws, it gives you a lot of like overall general information, but then, you want to dig deeper on your own. So, but before I get to that, I did want to talk the one thing in no particular order, but I like the no waiting period. I think G23 hit on that right off the bat. Hi, Mike Wayne. Good to see you. When I go into an establishment, I want to pick out the firearm I want right there on the spot. and buy it and walk out the door with it. The number of people that I see that go into the gun range, gun store, and they have to wait X many days because Florida's permitless. So you can purchase a firearm without having a license, but there's that waiting period. And I think certain counties might have 1 or 2 day fluctuation. But like Hillsborough County here, it's 3 to 5 business days. Is it 5 business days now? No, I can't remember. So when you go in there, I want that firearm. Okay, here's all your paperwork. Yep, you can purchase. You purchase it. You go through all of that. Come back in 5 days, and it doesn't include the weekend, and it doesn't include the holidays. So we'll call you when you can come pick it up. Right? There's been so many people, men and women, who are disappointed. Like, you mean I can't? No, you cannot. Still a waiting period because you don't have your license. But then me, little old me coming in, oftentimes maybe I purchased a firearm. I do sometimes purchase firearms online. And so I have it sent to, the local FFL, and then they'll call me and say, okay, you can come pick it up. So I go in. And every state might be different, but this is the way I know I've experienced it here in Florida. I go in, I give them my driver's license, I give them my permit, my gun permit, and they give me the 4473 form, complete, I fill everything out. If the firearm is there, if it's been delivered, they'll call me when it's ready. So it's 99.9% of the time it's there. I'm not anxious to show up without their phone call. I've done that before, and they're like, "It's not here yet, lady. Go away." Or it hasn't been received yet, which is really frustrating. Like, where's it taking so long to receive it? But once you fill out the form, they bring out the firearm, and you're able to inspect it. Check everything, and touch it, rack it, make sure all the mags are there. You just inspect it. And then they take it from you. Okay, well, let's go ahead and complete the background check. So we do the background check. It's pretty quick for me. I think the longest I've ever had to wait, maybe 30 minutes. And it just depends on like peak time, or if they got an influx, I don't know, but it's pretty fast. And then I think that's $5, right? 2 stand, correct me if I'm wrong. So once you get the background check back, and I haven't done any vigilante stuff since the last time I purchased a firearm, so I'm pretty confident that it'll come back, and then I'll pay the transfer fee. I already paid for it online, and I walk out with it in my little black bag, my little black plastic bag. They always ask me, do I want a bag? Yeah, I want a bag. I always want a bag, unless it's like a rifle or something. Of course I want a bag. Yes. Taking it from my car inside my home, I want a bag. So that's the process that we follow. I don't know if you all follow it a different way. Curious how you all do it. How do y'all do it? Let me see here. I'll pause for a second before I move on to the next one. Hi, Dale Poe. Good to see you. Thank you. Yes, please share your tips. Forgot that. I was in and out less than 30 minutes when I bought my last one. Yeah, it's easy. It's when I get down to the very bottom of my list, I'm gonna give my 2 cents, my closing remarks, like in a courtroom, why it might be a good idea to have, why I chose to do it. Isn't Polk County same day pickup even without? Yeah, I don't know how Polk County works, and that's why I was loose with my response. Although it's Florida, still counties have discretion to have X amount of waiting periods and such. I know some other counties it's less than, maybe like 3 days, but I'm pretty confident, like Hillsborough County, which is our most populated county, which has Tampa's inside Hillsborough County. I won't say that because Miami. It just went up. The waiting period increased, so you have to wait even longer. So yes, check your local county, check your local state on your rules. I'm just giving you my experiences being in Florida, which I know we're a little bit more lax than other places. Hi, Chad Kelly. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your comments too on my last video. Thank you. AJ is road tripping. Should you be sleeping? What time is it there? We got someone from Ghana. Now we got someone from Germany. What time is it there? I appreciate you being here though, with one eye open, with your red eyes. Hi, Viejo. Good to see you. Thank you, Jova Q, for your question. Also, I meant to say, give you a shout out. Thank you for inquiring. I'm not sure. Are you here in Florida? Did I know that? Glad in Oregon. It doesn't matter if you have a permit, okay? 30 minutes or less by law, they have the background check done, and you go home if you have this. I don't know what CHL means. What's the H? CHL. You get run before non. CHL. I like how they have different CWP, CWL, CCL. They have different terms. So I don't know the H in CHL though. What is that? Coming out of the bush. Yes. It's funny. Hi, EJM. $5. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes. Because they just kind of rope things in, you know, the background check and then the transfer fee. And the transfer fees have gone up depending on where you go. There's one was like $25 and now it's $50. Crazy. And I think there's one that's even higher than that. It went up to $80. And it's, I believe, I did a little bit of research, it's the discretion of that store to decide what that transfer fee is. So they've been going up in my local area across the board. So if you haven't purchased a firearm in a while and there's a couple that you can choose from, I'd call ahead before you select that FFL because their fees may have gone up. And I'm changing. Next time I have my firearm delivered, I'm changing it to another place. I did some research on another place that's only charging, at least right now, half of what this other one I go to. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, sometimes it's instant. Like, up, you're back. Even it surprises the workers there. I'm like, dang, either you purchase a lot or you don't purchase. No, we purchase. We get a lot. Must be that. Maybe. I don't know. Well, how do you dictate what comes back faster? I think it's just demand of what the system at that time. That's all I can think of. Maybe someone knows better than I, works at a gun store. Please share. I'm curious why some things take quick to come back and some things take forever. I mean, ours comes back oftentimes before people who were waiting before us. Have a great afternoon. You're always running, Chad. I appreciate you, though. Thanks for popping in. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. Hi, Club 49. Good to see you. Welcome in. Okay. You'll have to at me if there's something for me. You know my eyes. What's this? Yes. Oh, yes. Congratulations. One day I will retire. Why do you have to rub it in? Okay, look at everybody. He's retired now. One day. I'm very happy for you, though. Very, very happy for you. Our time comes around, right? Thank you, DJ Play Nice. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. With the CCW, you can buy from many other states and leave with it that day. Yeah, you know, one time. Okay, thank you. The H is handgun, concealed handgun license. So if you want a rifle, is it a different type of license? Please share. Curious. Why is it handgun? That's interesting. See how every state's kind of, they have different terminology, and even the other, which I'm jumping ahead, but even with some of the other self-defense tools, if they're included in that license or not, like pepper spray or a taser or a baton. Like you have to check your state to see what's allowed. And can you take that to another state? Can you cross lines with that pepper spray? Those are things that should be considered. Yes, you should know. If you have a concealed permit, even if you don't have a concealed permit, what's allowed, what's not, right? Okay. So you know the town. $85. Yeah, God, outrageous. It went from 25, and it slowly, I think it went up to maybe 35, and now it's 85. Their discretion. So definitely, I would check ahead before selecting. I was so mad, honestly. Like, dang. It is only my fault because I didn't check. I just assumed. Yes. Okay, Chad Kelly. Yes, if it is your first time, please do hit the like button and let us know so we can say hello to you. Give you a special hello. Correct. The local store sets the fees. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because it had only probably been maybe like 2 months since the last time I had a firearm sent to this FFL. And when I went in and they said, okay, whatever the total is, when you give them the $5 for the background check, and then it was like almost $100. I'm like, what? Wait, what was that for? What? Did you charge me twice? It's like, oh no, our fees went up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, geez, but it's my own fault. I assumed. So definitely, yes. And it's several stores, not just like one, like a pocket of stores have gone up. It's very disappointing. Very disappointed. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go into the next one. I kind of alluded to this a little bit, but the state reciprocity. I love that you can go to cross over into a different state with a firearm if you know those rules of that state as well. If you plan to travel, I did not take my firearm to Las Vegas in January, though a handful of people did travel with their firearm, but I've never done it before. Okay, it's a little nerve-wracking. I don't want it taken. I don't want it lost accidentally. I don't know. So that will be a vlog experience. You know, I'm working on my vlog series. I'm taking you, I won't say behind the scenes, but with me outside of my Sunday lives on different little road trips and excursions. So that will definitely be a vlog going through that process and what that looks like. I've seen other people's videos and it looks simple, but until you go through it, it's a little bit, and then it's mine, you know, it's my little, whatever I take, my little SIG P365, right? I don't want anything to happen to it. It's the first little firearm I purchased, so I don't know. One day I shall. Any pep talk I need, you can give me. I would appreciate it. Hi, Chris from 740. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Gizzard Gary, yes. So we're rolling into number 2. Number 1 was no waiting period in no particular order, just the way I've written it down, but the state reciprocity. And when I show them the map, it'll give you a little bit better picture of what I might be describing. But I've not crossed over into another state with my firearm just yet because I want to know, okay, if I drive and I go through X number of states and those states have restrictions or I can't carry, I got to put it in my trunk, or you know, I'm going to have the ammo separate from the firearm crossing through this state. Like what does that look like getting up to Virginia, right? If I were to drive to Virginia, what that would look like. So I haven't done that yet. But being able to have this insight and know what my Florida license allows, where I can go, helps. But then you have to go into each of those states to see what their restrictions are and any kind of special rules that they have and make sure that you abide by that. You know, I don't want to be in a clinker. I really, really don't. So I'll take my little travel pepper spray and I'll make it through. But I wrote down, even if you live in a permitless state, the license will give you legal protection, especially in other types of states. It just like I feel like it's a invisible cover because you've gone through, like, I'm a responsible, the fact you have to do this, I understand. Okay. Just humor me, but I'm a responsible gun owner and I've taken the steps to get my license. So you believe that I'm a responsible gun owner and I handle my firearms responsibly. Just because you don't have a license doesn't mean that those things don't apply. But to the eyes of the law and whomever else might have your fate in their hands, I just get it. I just got it. I just wanted it. And then with other states, they have different requirements. While you might be able to carry in that state, you know, maybe they have location restrictions, and the permit allows you to be in that space. We'll get into it. I only got 2 more to get into, and then we'll look at the map. And then the self-defense tools, I kind of talked about that a little bit, having pepper spray and a taser and a baton and throwing stars, like what, maybe not throwing stars, but, you know, having other types of self-defense tools. What is that included with your license? Is that excluded? You know, this is where it kind of gets the rabbit hole. And then some people are like, oh, forget it. So I want to talk about that so that we can open that door if you've been considering it, but a little bit apprehensive and afraid for some of the reasons why I've not traveled across state lines. But the more you know, the more you become comfortable with it. And it's like, okay, it's not really as big of a deal as I thought. And talking it out helps me. So I want to make sure that we had this discussion on this. Let's see what people are saying. And then we'll move on to number 3. I only have 4. Yes. And like 3 and 4 kind of, I don't say together, but kind of. What are you saying here? No license for purchase. That's concealed handgun license is a carry license. Oh, okay. That's just for carrying. Because yeah. I mean, some people, you have those trench coats, right? You could conceal a rifle. Don't do that. It's just surprising that they have one for handgun. I don't know. That's interesting. Hi, mandatory carry. Good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I would like to say, just for that, if you watch my Henry short that I did, the Henry comes up to here on me. So I definitely couldn't conceal anything like that. But, you know, some people might be able to pull it off. Hi, Krabby Turtle. Good to see you. All right, so I'm going to roll into the third one, which is kind of, I'll say 3.5, because we're talking about protection, and it's more so legal protection. Having that extra legal protection and in a self-defense situation. And the fact that you've gone through, although now Florida's permitless carry, and we had training is required to get your license, and now it's not. I'm definitely a proponent of, if you are a gun owner, you should practice with it. And if you don't have the proper skill, like getting trained is important to do. If you don't think you have adequate knowledge, seek a professional, right? But it does give you a little bit of something when it's like, okay, I have my concealed license and I went through the proper training to get this license. Or it's no longer required, but I still did it and got training and got my concealed carry license. It's a little bit different where if it's Florida's different, like I said, but if you're in a state that is still, you have to get training, it does give you a little bit of an edge versus someone who's had zero training and they just picked up a firearm. How scary is it when you go to the gun range and you see people holding the firearm like this, or like holding their wrist? Okay, for those reasons, training is a good thing. Training is a very good thing. Remember the live I shared with you before of some of the situations where people weren't holding the firearm properly and it went back, it almost hit them, or a neighbor, or hit the floor. I think training, proper training, will help with that. And continuous training, not just one time, right? Why aren't the rules for firearm ownership the same across the entire country if the federal constitution allows for the right to bear them? Oh, AJ. Yes, I don't know. Because we have blue and red. That's why. I'm just gonna nip it. You all can talk amongst yourselves on why that is. I'll let you all answer AJ's question, but I will just say because there's a blue side and a red side. My concealed carry permit is a National Archives in Washington, D.C. You're so funny. I wasn't sure it was going to be you, Gary, but I knew someone would say, because I can. And you are right. And I agree. The National Archives. Oh, I knew it would be someone in there that would say something. You made it quite entertaining. I would have taken mine, but I understand the hesitation. Yes, AJ is representing the Constitution only recognizes recognizes our God-given rights, and most states have their own constitution. Yeah, wasn't there something recently with Hawaii? Right? Where Hawaii said that's not how we roll. We don't follow what the US Constitution says. We're going to do it our way. Wasn't it Hawaii? Is that still like open issue? Is that still open? Krabby Turtle. What states do you have permits in? Just one. Krabby Turtle. At this time. Just one. I'm open to exploring it, but I don't really, until I get over that hump of traveling with my firearm, which I've not done yet. I'm good with my little Florida one, and the reciprocity of Florida. We have a lot of connections. We have a lot of relationships established. I'm in a fortunate state. Other states, not so much. The map that I'm going to show you is red, green, and gold. And there's a lot of red there where it's lots of restrictions. So maybe in time I'll get one. Maybe Virginia, because that's my prior home base. I might do that. Hi, Teen Goddess. Good to see you. I checked, and I know. See, I checked mine in. It was super easy. It's that unknown of experiencing it yourself, getting your firearm checked at the airport, releasing it out to strangers, and getting it back in one piece as you had it. Timely. But I'm going to get there. I really had not had a reason to travel with mine, really. But this year is going to be a busy travel year. So we'll see what happens. And I will definitely share my experience with you. Is there anyone in there like me who has not traveled, who has not taken their firearm and gone through the airport process and completing that form? Am I alone? Has anyone not done it like me? Please let me know in the chat, because I definitely want to document that experience and talk it out. I download the map when I travel just to be on the safe side. Okay. Yeah, they have an app that you can put onto your phone. USCCA has it, and some other insurance companies, they have it where you can download the app, free app, of course, and you just select your state. And then if you're traveling to a particular state, It'll tell you the restrictions and how their relationship works, if there is a relationship established, which I like. We'll share that in a hot second. That's the only reason why I purchased a CCL. Yeah, the reciprocity while traveling out of state. I know, that's a huge reason. That's a huge reason. That's my biggest little paragraph here on why. And if you get held up, like some states want to see that you have a license in your home state too. Not every state they have reciprocity with, has that caveat, but some did. When I was exploring, I was doing Florida and Virginia, Florida and Pennsylvania, and kind of matching and seeing what the relationship was. It can get really overwhelming. So the app is a great thing to kind of have handy if you anticipate that in the future, what you would need to do. Best thing to do is check with the state's organization that issues concealed weapons permits. They have the most updated information regarding reciprocity. I agree. I did question on the site here for USCCA, it says last updated July of 2023. So if there's anything that's been changed, yes, definitely always go to the source. But I love this because it just gives you the overall picture, and then you can dig deeper. But always go to the source, 100%. Oh gosh, no mandatory carry. Yeah, we were going through the reasons why you want to have a concealed carry. So we're on number 3 now. We're talking about protection, legal protection, especially when you go to other states, being able to show I have a license to carry in my home state. And sometimes, I won't say sometimes, one of the states, now I can't remember, but just keep in mind that that state may require for you to present that license that you might have and show that as additional support when you're completing that license application in that other state. I did see that. I apologize for not remembering. It could be, it's a lot. It's a lot. I can't remember. I may post it. I may do it as a community post just to close the loop. Many states require visitors have concealed carry. Yes. Concealed licenses to carry in their state. Yes. That is what I've been understanding for sure. She's packing shrink. I don't know what that is, DJ Play Nice. I don't know what that is. You could conceal Mossberg 590 shockwave. If I had a long dress on, yes. I can barely conceal my SIG P365. Barely. Even when I wear like a sweatshirt, I just feel like it. I see it. And it could be the holster, which I've been exploring different ones. I just did a post on that one recently. The rounded holster that covers a trigger guard, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. It doesn't just cover just the trigger, but it kind of covers the whole little thing. Do I have it here? Let me show it to you. Thanks for being here, Chad Kelly. Appreciate you. Always appreciate you popping in. You're always running. Yes, training. I know some people might have mixed opinions on that, but if you get into a situation and you accidentally shoot someone you didn't intend on shooting, and they run like your history, oh yeah, if I have it, and I just have it, and I don't go to the range, I just have it. I know how to follow the red dot and shoot. It's not easy as it appears. I don't agree with that. Oh no, someone was accidentally shot at one of our rangers yesterday. Oh my goodness. Without sharing all the circumstances. So how did it happen? Was it who? Like a customer to another customer? What happened? Oh my goodness. That's my fear too. I talked about that before. When you go to those indoor ranges, like, are those partitions bulletproof? Do I have to watch? You know, I do watch, but do I have the extra watch because those are not bulletproof? Are they required? Is that store required to have whatever that is so that it doesn't cross lanes? Yeah, you have to share. Please, God, what happened? Hopefully that person's okay. Oh my goodness. Extremely scary that I had the same situation just yesterday when I had 4 students in their respective lanes, not my students doing it, but the couple next to them had to say something. You have to say something. We did that too before. Someone was being not careful, a little bit careless, kind of like they were playing with a pen or something, just kind of, and excuse me, please don't do that. Like, and then you immediately, if you see something crazy, immediately tell the RSO this is what they were doing. Pull RSO should be in there with you. Pull up, go to the RSO immediately and tell them what you witnessed so that they can go over there to them. They can ask them. They can like hover. I'm okay with the RSO hovering. Maybe not me because I know what I'm doing. No, not really. But I don't mind. Until people, the RSO's got to check and make sure everything. Are you cool to not have complete oversight, or do I need to hover, or do you need to leave? Remember, the RSO had to exit. I mentioned this in a live some time ago. They had to have a couple leave because the man flagged his girlfriend who was behind him, and he had some type of long rifle. He flagged her, and the RSO caught him, and he's like, "No, I didn't do that." He was, "I saw you. I saw you. I didn't do that." It's like, "You got to go. You got to go." And he huffed away, but he had to leave blatantly right in front of the RSO. I don't know what he was doing, but he turned towards her. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you train. This is why you encourage training. Right? Scary. Texas has stated that on many issues. It's really scary. Tia's got us to forget what we're talking about there. I believe the courts allow states to determine the concealed licenses. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Tennessee, guys. Keep my name out of your stuff. I don't have anything to say to you, and you don't need to start arguing in other people's chats. What are you talking about? What's happening? Are y'all being playful? Are y'all fighting for real? Me? Thank you for all your answers. Seemed like a lot of information needs to be learned. IoT. Come on, AJ. You can't drop those things. Carry a firearm outside your city. What does that mean? I was 2 hours early just in case. I also had this safe secured in the suitcase. I know we might have to talk offline. I might need a little rundown, especially since Tennessee is a state that I'm interested in. Yes, I travel a lot and always carry my firearm. It must be declared. Been doing it for years. I apologize sometimes when I read these comments. I talk really fast, so all my words run together. I will try to pause it or slow it down. Have a flown system under service. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. They've added some more details to the form if you haven't purchased in several months. They've added some extra language where if you answer it with a no, but you really mean yes, or you answer with a yes, but you really mean no, they tell you to slow down in a certain particular section because they did add something to it, which was interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe there was a problem they were seeing continuously, and they decided to add some clarity, but it's not clear. If anything, it's the opposite of clear. So be sure to reread those forms when you check it out if you haven't purchased it in a really long time. Oh, I just saw that. We made it through 3 airports before I found ammo in my carry-on. What happens when they find like ammo or the casings in your bag? What happens? I'm afraid. What happens? Do they pull you to the side? Does it matter if it's the carry or the one that you check? I'd be afraid. Remember, I had my experience with the tactical pen. My glass breaker was on one end and they confiscated it because I had it in my carry-on accidentally. It was not intentional. It was like at the very bottom and I didn't. I was like, you feel through. Okay, my gun's out. My pepper spray's out. My knife's out. And I didn't think about the pen. So I have a better concealed pen that I replaced it with. I still have those, but I'm a little bit gun shy now. You took my pen. He took just the top. He just took off the glass break part and gave me back the rest of my pen. I guess he was trying to be nice, but I want the whole thing. How does the U.S. territories govern ownership and carry of firearms? You're asking political, government questions. Hopefully this time next year I will know. I don't know. I'm not sure. One of the things, and I'm glad that you're asking this question because it is important. It's one of the reasons why I joined and stepped out of my comfort zone and joined Gun Owners of America, because there is an aspect of governing and lobbying that I'll be more involved in than I ever have before. And so I'll start to learn some of these things and will be able to share it with you, but it'll just make me more aware about the political process as it relates to guns and the policies and how to make sure that I do my part at my local level, to have a voice and to take action at the local level so that it doesn't bubble up. So I appreciate your question and hope to answer that directly myself without the resources, the amazing resources that we have here in the chat. Yeah. Though it may not be a legal substitution, it's a good idea to have Xerox copies of that permit with your registration. Good idea. Good idea. I never thought about that. I copy everything else. I just didn't do that. Like I have a copy of my driver's license that I keep, a copy on my phone and saved on my computer, but not of that. Good point. See? Thank you, DJ. Oh, okay. Yes. That would be, where are you going with some throwing stars? You're going to go to a ninja convention? What are you doing? The holster with Mossberg 590 shockwave works well. Oh my goodness. What? Are you joking? Joe by Q. Yeah, they have all the requirements. I recommend you go on their websites and review it. Yeah, I don't know. Can't answer that. I appreciate you. I have no problem saying I don't know the answer, and I'll explore and learn. But I like us having this conversation because it does make you think about certain things. And I didn't get to my last one. Let me get to my last one, and then we'll go to the map. I was about to sing the Dora the Explorer song. Training doesn't mean just hitting the bullseye. Yes, it also means the laws, cleaning, maintenance, and everything else. Yes, especially the laws of your state. Good point, mandatory carry. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Joe Bacu, did I skip your? I know I asked. Was it you? No. I think it was Kenny Loves Guns. Yes. Jeez. I was asking Kenny Loves Guns because he had an incident at one of his ranges, and I was asking him if he knew what happened and the outcome. Scary. Oh, a crime app. I need to explore that too. I don't have the crime app downloaded. Some ranges in Texas don't have RSOs on the range. Indoor or outdoor? Because I know every range I go to indoor, they have one. Yes. The outdoors, a little bit more loosey-goosey. There's an RSO, but he's, roaming around. And he's not hovering. Yeah, I like training new folks indoor because you're focused. Although the barriers, hopefully they're bulletproof, but the barriers are up so you're not distracted by other things. And it's in a comfortable environment. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's steady temperature. I think when you go out to an outdoor range, it's a lot happening around you. People are behind you and shots are from all different angles. And then if you have the sun in your eye, and then if it's a hot day or if it's a snowy day, all these other factors, it could be too much for someone new. Like coming in with blinders on, we're going to work on these things in this little spot. Let's come into the lane together and, do our thing versus all that distraction. I just think it's really distracting as a new shooter. But then once you get a certain skill level, saying, okay, now we're going to go to the outdoor range. And it's kind of like a new wave of learning, and they feel like, oh, I've graduated to that next level to, do different things. Still working on what, of course, what you're working on, but you have built up confidence. Like you don't have to be in that little narrow lane, which I know many people don't like, but everyone's RSO. Absolutely right. I saw that. Oh, look at you. Okay. I'll try to remember that in order to. Top of the hour, 7. Yes. Okay. I know, DJ, but people are saying stuff. All right, let me hop, stop. And let's do number 4. I've dragged on number 3. I had a nice little break between them. So the last one is that I have found. Okay, I'm sure there's more than the 4 that I've mentioned, but the private property rights and the businesses. Some places, if you have a concealed carry license and you have a business or you work at a business, that owner might say, okay, you have your concealed carry. I will allow you to have a firearm with you while you're at work. Some places like we don't know. There's absolutely zero gun. It's a gun-free zone. But then there's other places with personal property rights. Some private businesses may require a license for employees to carry. And if it's a small business or a big business, that's something else to factor in having a license. Me working from home, it really doesn't matter. But if you go into an office, you go into like a facility or whatever it might be, a store, and they don't allow it, or they say, you can have it, but here are the restrictions. You have to have your concealed carry license, and you have to show me proof that you've had adequate training. That's the rights of that business. So that could be another benefit of having a license. The difference between you carrying and not, why not? So I covered it. Did I miss anything that was glaring? I know there's probably some small little pockets of what about this? But I think I touched on all of them. The no waiting period, the state reciprocity, which I'm going to show you the map now, like the legal protection, just having additional coverage, and I'm a responsible gun owner. And then the personal or private property rights that some businesses may have certain policies on. Did I miss anything? Please share. Hi, Wayne Watson. I have my CC permit. Yes. Here in Florida, and please tell me what your state, if you have a permit, it's a 7-year license that we have. And then the other states are more, some are less. So that's the other reason. I think 150 days before my permit is expire, I'll start getting notifications to renew, which I'm very thankful for. I wouldn't want to have to do it all over again. I'm not even sure what that would look like. I was about to board a plane in PR and forgot I had a knife. They just took it. I didn't even argue. I know, it's like our fault. We didn't think, we didn't take it out. We just have to be really mindful of those types of things. I know. I hate that. Actually, I had a knife taken too before. Again, it's small, you know, and I have a purse, right? So it's in the bottom. Like, okay, did I get everything? I did not. So, c'est la vie. Thank you, Teen Goddess. Absolutely. Thank you. Yay. Is that so? 23 in the chat, 22 thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and coming and visiting me. Never quite sure who's going to appear and pop in and say hello, but I appreciate you. I do. Thank you to my moderators and the Patreon community. Thank you. And shout out to all the businesses. I'm going to use this for a hot second that are supporting the channel. Anderson Manufacturing. If you like any of their firearms, they have a Frontline series that they've just released of their rifles, different rifle lengths. If you are interested in purchasing anything from them, I get 10% off. We've got like a relationship established using She Fires. I donated, I did a giveaway rather of a C&H Precision optic to the community some time ago of one of their optics. And they support my channel also with code She Fires. You get 10% off there. I've name dropped, of course, across Armory products with the D-wipes. And I'll be sharing more of those types of giveaways, particularly the products, because it's not a code, because they, you know, they have distributors. They are handled a little bit differently. So I have an Amazon store with those items. But then I have products too that they've sent to me that I will be doing as part of my range day, my Virginia range day, when I have that scheduled. Oh my goodness, through Gun Owners of America. So that'll be happening later this year. Hope anyone in Virginia. It will be a women's only event, okay? But if you know any ladies in the Virginia area, like the DMV, who would be interested in participating in that, it will be a great event, similar to the one that's this coming weekend, but on a smaller scale, in Dallas at the Texas Gun Experience for Gun Owners of America and Empowered Two-Way. It's a women's only gun, National Women's Gun Range Day, something like that. I know I threw an extra word just to encourage more women to get into firearms and training, all that jazz. So that's this coming weekend. You'll see a lot of pictures and posts because I will be there for a couple days. And so what you'll see if you follow GOA as they promote it, what you'll see there is on a smaller scale. I will be doing that for Virginia since I'm the Virginia coordinator. Okay, so I appreciate everyone. Thank you for your support on that journey. It is a new one. And I think that's, let me make sure I go through. I'm going to show you the map really quickly because I want to make sure I wrap on time. I try to wrap at about 7:30, but wanted to share this with you. If you've never seen it before, it just gives you insight on the state reciprocity. I have a couple of guns. I've been looking to go to a gun show. It's a good time. You know, when we talk about that in the future, about the gun shows, because people will say it's a ripoff, and they have high prices on their firearms. Sometimes, most times, but there are other reasons why you should go. And the main reason why I like going is that I can get to go and touch and feel. If I'm considering a firearm, it's part of my due diligence, part of my research. And I can touch it, I can rack it, especially if gun is not at like a local store that I go to, like it's hard to find, or the demand's really high, you can go to a gun show and find it and be able to see, do I really like this? Do I like the way it looks, the color, all those things that you're doing your research online, and it shows you colors like that's that PSA dagger that I have. If you look at the website for Palmetto State, the green looks like throw up, but you get it in hand and it's fantastic. So, for those reasons, being able to see things in person, to be able to touch it does matter. And that's why I like going to the gun shows and getting insight on what's coming around the corner. Just a lot of buzz about gun stuff. It's fun to be in a space where people who are like-minded can get together and mingle. So that's why. Sorry, it's a little tangent I got on. Thank you. What do you use? Let's see what you're asking me about. I have a couple guns. The number of firearms. You're asking me what I carry. I carry the SIG P365 as my EDC. Older boy actually does throwing stars. He has the idea that he's a ninja, but at least he can distract the bad guy. Exactly. Whatever skills you have. Thank you, Time Machine. I just saw that. How would you find a ninja convention? I know. I would love to go to one. Good to see you. Caucasian Sasquatch. Good to see you. That's funny. I know. Gotta run. Thank you so much for being here. We're wrapping in a hot second. I'm just going to peruse through this website really quickly, and then we'll get going as well. Okay, everything, blah, 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 blah. Good night. Thank you, AJ's Road Tripping. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Yes. Indoor range, Vance's Outdoors in Columbus, Ohio. Oh, interesting. Thank you. AJ's Road Tripping. Thanks for sharing that, DJ. Gunfacts.info. Good. 5 years in Oregon. Okay. See? That's the other thing too, making sure. Many businesses don't allow carrying. Sometimes they won't allow it in the vehicle. Interesting. Even with the case, even with the a locked case in your car. I know you don't want to leave it in your glove compartment that doesn't have a lock, but Oh, okay. Columbus Obets, is that how you pronounce it? Shooting range and Saturday. It was a lady. Oh God, dang it. I get really disappointed when that happens. It's like, I feel like it's my responsibility. It feels like I've got to make up for that. But yeah, yes. Thanks, DJ. Thanks for always popping this in here too. Absolutely. I'm not going to read that, Manager Carey. Largest gun show in the world, Wanamaker, Tulsa Arms Show, every April through November. Everyone should make that trip at least once. Hello, Clover Tech. I know. I'm going to get there one day. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year, though. But you never know. I might pop up. I'm in Florida. Was it close? I'd drive. That's where I buy most of my guns from. From the gun store, from a gun show. If you have a good relationship with some of the gun vendors, also, they might give a deal. And if they see you all the time and you show up at the gun shows, which has happened, they hook you up. Just saying. At least in my opinion. Tulsa's a long way from Dallas, though. Hi, OG Tank. Good to see you. Look at you popping in, just leaving a comment. I saw you. You're already closer than me, Tank. All right. Oh my goodness. Just call him Squatch. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, that's scary. If I lived in Ohio. I don't go around happy and smiling, but I also don't want folks randomly engaging with me and try to make me smile. The interaction won't go well. Oh God, OG Tank. Okay. Wow. Wow. Why? How about a grin? Not a full like cheesy smile, but just a I'm a decent guy. I won't hurt you. What about that? No, from Vance's Outdoors where the accident happened. Oh, that must be another place then. All right, I'm gonna share my screen really quickly so I can see this. I have a new screen. Yay. Okay, so have you all seen this before? Let me make sure. Am I sharing the right thing? I think I am. Let me see what you see. Not that one. Ew. Why are there two open? Let's see if it shows that one. All right, I guess I got to work it this way. So I was looking this up earlier for my own benefit. And so this is on Florida. All right, so let me deselect Florida. Did it allow me to deselect it? It didn't allow me to deselect Florida. Let me see over here. I'm going to stop sharing because it's sharing two things at once. That's why. Oh, okay. You know how I do. Appreciate it. Appreciate your patience. This is the one. Yes. Okay. So this is a reciprocity map of the United States, of course. And so based upon where you are, like I'm going to click on Florida so you can see, it shows you everything. Red is carry allowed with my Florida permit. Nope. Yes, in the green, or yellow with restrictions. And that's the one you got to be a little bit careful about, digging a little bit deeper. Like Florida, Georgia's a neighboring state, but it has restrictions. And if you scroll all the way down, if you go into the site, you can check to see some stats, which I thought this was interesting. 2.3 million licenses issued. I'm one of the 2.3 million. And then here, how many reciprocating states there are? 37. So if you scroll down, and please do check this out at your leisure of your own state. But I wanted to show you a couple of things all the way down. Florida laws at a glance. So fill in the blank, your state gun laws at a glance. And it shows you everything. See, like minimum age here is 21, but someone else at like 19, it varies. It just varies everything. Pepper sprays allowed, taser, but your state may not allow these things. And I love it how they link the statute there as well. Very insightful. But then if you scroll a little bit further, it gives you carry locations. Just a quick snapshot. Again, you want to do your own research. But it tells you where it's allowed, where it's not. We have a casino here, Seminole Hard Rock. I know that was a big deal in Las Vegas with all the hotels. They had like, no, you cannot come in with your firearm. Parking it in a vehicle, you can, but make sure it's locked. Let's see. And then the key state laws, duty to inform your officer. It's no. There's no duty to inform. Like these are the types of things that if you carry your firearm, the things that you should be aware of. See, brandishing, like those things, do not do that. Do not. No weapons allowed signs enforced. No, Florida does not enforce no weapons allowed signs. What does your state allow or not allow? Yep, we've got the red flag law. So if you go into this here, that's why I love this one specifically, because it breaks it down. See here, I was talking about the waiting period. Yes, there's a 3-day waiting period, but in Hillsborough County, it's a 5-day waiting period. So that even varies. Definitely go to the source. I forgot who mentioned that, but going to the source matters. Checking the state, I didn't mean to say it twice, the state regulations to see what has been updated. And then if you scroll further, let's see. This is where it has Florida concealed carry reciprocity with other states. It tells you, and it gives you just a highlight of the different states. You can click on it. Let's click Alabama just because we're here. And for Alabama, you can get the stats. Same information. It does a breakdown and everything. 5.08, sorry, million. Ooh, that's much higher than Florida. So you can kind of see. Anyway, you do your own, do your own research. I just wanted to kind of show this to you. It's very insightful. Minimum age to conceal in Alabama is 19. But again, check your local directly state website for any changes. Okay? I hope that's helpful. I hope that is helpful. Has anyone seen this before? Is this helpful? Have you looked at this or a similar site before? Check it out. USCCA, I think it's where I went to. USCCA.com. Yeah. USconcealedcarry.com is the website. Put that out there. If someone could put that in the chat for anyone who wants to peek at that later. But that's all that I have. I hope that this was really helpful. If you've not been to that site before, please drop it in the chat. Like, no, I've never seen that before. It's helpful. Good. And don't forget that if you've not seen it before, you can get the app. Free app download. So just keep it on your phone. Keep it handy when you're, hanging out, bored of IG Reels. You can kind of scroll through and see what other states do. It's eye-opening. I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for coming along. I will be, if I don't go live next Sunday, it's because I'm dead tired for the weekend, but I will have a premiere, okay? I'm working on my little vlog, so I'll do a premiere. It'll be much, much longer than the last one. I think the last one was maybe 4 minutes. This will be much longer, and I'll be engaged in the chat, chatting with you, or I'll just go live. Yes. So we'll have to play that by ear, and it will depend on how quickly I can get my editing done to do the premiere. Otherwise, I'll go live, and it'll just be kind of like a freestyle, and maybe talk about something that's happening in the news. And you can add, please, your 2 cents. I would appreciate it. Did I forget anything? Yes. I got my cheat sheet here. The allergies have been really crazy here too, so I'm a little bit foggy. I apologize, but I'm gonna get myself together. And I will call it a wrap. Thank you so much. Thank you for the Patreon community. Like I said, the sponsors, I appreciate you. The moderators, thank you. Everybody's been kind of cool lately, so nothing crazy has happened. Thank you. And I will see you in a future video. Thank you for all your comments, or I'll see you next week during a live or the premiere, but I will be there. Okay? And you have a great week ahead. Stay safe. Stay safe. Until next time, let me do my little thing. Why do I always do that? Why do I wait until like when I'm logging off? Like, oh shoot, I forgot it's that simple. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here.
Is that it?
Yep, that's
it.
It's
that simple?
Yep. It's that simple.